So for me, it's always taking care of myself outside of the gym. So whether that be taking an Epsom salt bath or meditating or journaling.
Getting off of social media is the first thing that I do whenever I feel like my mental health is taking a decline.
Something that I've started really recently, this last year in my comeback, has been journaling. It's been really cool to just get my thoughts down on paper.
I like to journal. So I have my little journal that has a section that says what one good thing that happened today, one bad thing that happened today, what I'm thankful for, and my thoughts. So it's just a good way to reflect on the day and just keeping things in perspective.
What a night here we have at the O-Dome, with two teams tied, and there's such a critical battle going on tonight, and a lot of impressive young women competing at the highest levels. I'm Mark Connor along with Bridget Sloan. Now, Bridget, you know, we talk about the key elements of mental health. What does it really mean to these athletes going forward?
It is so important and crucial for these athletes to have that safe space. And what I love to see is the prioritizing of mental health. It is so important for that student athlete, for athletes everywhere, to be able to prioritize that, and you see it in the performance.
And it's even tougher for some athletes who are preparing for the Olympics as well. We have several athletes here. In fact, Aaliyah Finnegan at LSU was already qualified for the 2024 Olympics with her mother's home country of the Philippines. And Leanne Wong was a reserve athlete for the last Olympics and seeking another spot for the Paris Games as well. We wish them both good luck. There's one person who's missing tonight from the O-Dome that we're used to seeing here. That is Trinity Thomas. She's a Florida student assistant coach and, of course, one of the greatest college gymnasts of all time. She's up in Louisville this weekend, giving her shot at making the U.S. team for the 2024 Olympics. We wish her all the best in her bid to make that team. All right, these two teams are tied. How about that? Florida's going to the balance beam where they're the second-ranked team in the country, and LSU, you talk about big gymnastics. They're going to impress us on the floor. Don't go away. At the halfway point, those two teams are tied. That's hard to say. Two teams are tied. And you and I both expected a great competition tonight, and we have one on hand here in the O-Dome. LSU had a season high on vault, and Florida did as well, and that has these two teams locked. Florida in the third rotation moves to beam. Skylar Drazer will be their leadoff competitor.
And Bar, we talk about the freshmen and being in the lineup in general, but this is a huge moment. Not only is Skylar Drazer the freshman, but she is in a leadoff position on one of the hardest events in gymnastics, and that is the balance beam. She is just a cool, calm competitor. Head coach Jenny Rowland said, I just love her. I know what I'm going to get when she goes up on that balance beam. Starts things off, handspring layout step out.
It's quite rare that a freshman is in the leadoff spot for any team on beam.
Required full turn there, just so solid. Finds those landings. She is setting the tone for this team lineup. Just don't hop on that landing, but again, up on balance beam, you have to be so, it's a calm event. But it's tricky because you have to be dynamic, too.
Go down to the floor with Taylor Davis.
Bridget, you mentioned these Florida freshmen. Well, Connor McLean is another freshman acclimating very quickly to collegiate gymnastics. I was watching her during warm-ups before this meet. The coaches would give her a piece of input and adjustment. The very next rep, she would fix it. The coaches rave about this young athlete, saying she makes the same response whether she's having the time of her life or she's disappointed, but we know that she's adjusting very well, and when it all clicks, she could take over the sport.
Huge expectations for this young lady going forward, and in many ways, you look at the heir apparent to someone like Haley Bryant, because she's a very balanced athlete, only competing in 3 of events in the competition tonight, but big expectations for her based on she has everything that a gymnast needs.
She does, and one thing that I I love about Connor McClain is just the dynamic. She's just so dynamic with everything, but she brings that elite experience into this NCAA competition, has so much fun, and once it clicks, man, she is going to be a rock star.
First two competitors for LSU in this lineup are both freshmen. Connor McClain will be followed by Amari Drayton.
Right here, round off 1.5 to front full. Very nice control on that landing. And an excellent start for LSU. And Connor doing a great job. This first pass, this is a double layout. Huge amplitude off the floor, finds the landing, has a little too much power there. Saw that heel come up for this second pass. Final 1.5 to front full. Very nice start for LSU on floor.
Talk about the bigness of their gymnastics. We'll see huge tumbling from LSU Tigers here in this competition tonight. Of course, one of LSU's goals is to break into that 198 score range away from home. And right now, I saw Jay Clark. He wasn't exactly thrilled with the scores he's getting. So a little smirk on his face. But we go back to Florida as Skylar Drazer, a 9.85, got them set. And Sloan Blakely up now.
Very nice combination for Sloan. And when we talked to Jenny earlier this week, she mentioned that it takes a little bit of time in a balance check right there on that full turn, but it takes a little bit of time for Sloan to really get confident and under control in this NCAA season. She is amazing in the gym, but getting it in the competition, just a slight bobble and break on that full turn and a slight shuffle on the dismount.
Saturday on ESPN and the app, there's more wall-to-wall basketball. Two of the top teams in the ACC square off at 4 Eastern with North Carolina hosting Virginia. Then it's Texas and Kansas. And at 8 Eastern, two SEC teams get after it. Number 5, Tennessee hosts Texas A&M. 9-9, the leadoff score for Connor McClain in that critical spot. Here comes Amari Drayton, another freshman. Once again, huge gymnastics.
Opened with, that was a massive double layout in Amari. Head coach Jay Clark said she is one of the sweetest, most compliant athletes, always doing whatever she needs to do. In this second spot, coming after Connor McClain, that is a huge opening with that 9-9. Front through to double tuck. Wow.
Most all the routines at these top teams start from a 10-0 start value. 9-4 is the base score if you do the requirements. And then, of course, extra combinations or difficult skills help them earn a 10-0 start value. But as I mentioned, LSU is known for big difficulty and big high-flying skills. That's just their brand, isn't it?
It has been their brand for a long time, and right now they are just executing at a level that I've never seen before from this team. Every team is new. Every year is a new challenge, but head coach Jay Clark has said this team has the talent, the drive, and they want it.
LSU was 4th in the nation last year. Went through a lot of adversity throughout the season, but this year the team is stacked, and this is perhaps one of their best shots at not only winning another conference title, but a real shot at the national championship. I think you and I have them, making that championship session, don't we?
We do. We do. We might have done a little draft of who we might think will be in there.
You see her average there. She's 4th in the conference on beam. Once again, a freshman who got off to an incredible start. First meet, highest all-around score in program history for a freshman earlier this season.
Beautiful acro series. One thing about Anya is she's going to get up there and do the same thing every time. She is so consistent. Now push up into front aerial, just so calm. Balance beam 4 inches wide. Nice lead combination, switch lead to split lead. And gainer full off the side, gets the stick. Outstanding performance. That was freshman Anya Pilgrim. In this acro series right here, handspring layout step out, just so smooth, right over the top of the beam. Finishes, this is a back handspring into a gainer full off the side, finds that landing, gets those feet and those heels together. Wow.
Jenny Rowland pleased with a young lady who comes from Maryland, although she competed at the World Gymnastics Championships this last fall for her home country of Barbados. KJ Johnson now.
KJ, huge pull in there.
LSU with their big high-flying gymnastics already has some terrific scores. Remember, these teams were tied coming into this rotation. LSU already has a 9-9 for McLean and a 9-9-2-5 for Drake.
LSU off to a strong start. And KJ 1.5 to lay out. You know, when I talked to Courtney Nicole Griffith, the assistant coach, one of the assistants for LSU, I asked her, what do you want to see from this floor lineup? And she said, I want to see them attack. I want to see them attack their gymnastics. And so far, they are doing just that. Final pass, double top. Outstanding job, KJ. She's got the amplitude, but one thing she does even better is finds her landings. Coming after Amari's 9-9-2-5. We've got a competition here. I mean, this is an outstanding floor lineup for LSU. And check out this opening pass. It's a tuck full in. Opens, does not grab her legs, very difficult to do. And then finishes with a nice double tuck. That's 2 flips, finds the landing. Nice job by KJ Johnson.
You might have heard the cheers in the background while that floor routine was going on for KJ Johnson. That's because the score came in for Anya Pilgrim in Florida. It was a 9-9-7-5, meaning one of the 2 judges gave her a perfect 10. So this might be the night that Florida breaks through to that magical 198 score. They've just been under it this year. They've been improving week by week, and their goal is to finally break into the 198, which is really, for those who don't see a lot of gymnastics, 198 is a championship level team.
Absolutely. And this is Ellie Lazari on balance beam. Was so good up to that moment, that balance break.
And this is usually a rock-solid event for her.
You know, Jenny mentioned to us that they had a conversation. She had a 9.975 earlier in the season, and she was just trying to be so perfect and not do her gymnastics. Finishes that routine very nicely. But that was a really big balance break for Ellie in this Florida team lineup.
So close to that 10, perhaps almost wishing for it too much. Next up, floor, going to be Aaliyah Finnegan, and what a highlight she delivered last week at home. Her 5th career perfect 10 in another winning effort in front of a sold-out crowd at the PMAT in Baton Rouge. 5 10s in her career, 3 of them on floor, 1 on the vault and 1 on beam. She's coming after KJ Johnson, had a 9.95, so no score for LSU so far is below a 9.9. They're also looking for a big score. Their first 198 away. They've had 3 198 scores at home, which of course is a 9.9 average. They're on track for a great performance tonight.
And Aaliyah opens up. That was a double Arabian into a stag jump. She had a perfect 10 last week. She is such a performer. Really takes it to the next level with her leaps, her jumps. You saw right there, that full extension. She is so fun to watch. I mean, this is an absolute treat. And coming after KJ's 9.95, 2.5 punch front.
Oh, again, another great landing.
Wow. Just an absolute star performer for this LSU team, and Floor being just incredible to watch. In this first pass, this is a double Arabian into a stag jump. And just the execution, the toe point, the extension in those legs and those leaps. Outstanding in this pass, 2.5 punch front. Bart, I don't want to call it because I really am 0 for 1, but that was outstanding.
Victoria Wynn now coming after Ellie Lazari, had just a 9.725. How about that? The score is in for Aaliyah Finnegan. Second 10 in a row on floor. And this one not at home, but in fact away. While Victoria Wynn is executing a beautiful beam routine for Florida at the same time.
Victoria is always so determined on balance beam. She's got the face of determination. She's elegant. She's calm.
Win in the all-around for Florida tonight. 4 gymnasts for the Florida Gators are competing in the all-around. Wynn, Blakely, Pilgrim, and Wong.
Missed it out. That was a back handspring into a 1.5. Very nicely done for Victoria. She has one of the hardest series, one of the most unique acro series in NCAA that she does nearly perfect almost every single time. And take a look, this is an Anodi, which is a handspring with a half, a little off there. You saw that shoulder dip just a little bit, but she kept her arms moving, showing that connection. Just so strong on balance beam.
Talk about spectacular scores for LSU. They're coming down to their final 2 hammers. And Aaliyah Finnegan already has a 10. This is Haley Bryant. We've seen her perfect here as well.
Opens up with a front handspring into a double front.
There's 13 10s in her career. The only gymnast from LSU to ever complete what we call the Gym Slam, which is a perfect 10 on all 4 events. Only the 14th athlete in the history of the NCAA to earn that Gym Slam.
Haley Bryant, she's coming after Aaliyah Finnegan's perfect 10, setting her up for a big score here in this final pass. Front layout into front 1.5 twist. Bart, I'm not seeing the deductions.
Wow.
The amplitude that we talked about on uneven bars, they take it to every single event. They are not afraid to do that big gymnastics like we talked about earlier. And Haley Bryant, that was outstanding.
You know what's impressive to me? It's as big here as it is at home in front of 13,000 raving fans. This is amazing.
I mean, that was a front handspring into that double front, and then right here, front layout. This is a Rudy. It's a front 1.5 twist and just finds the landing. She is so good at finding the landing, no matter what that height looks like. That is experience talking right there.
Leanne Wong now in the anchor spot after Victoria Wynn had a 9.95. Now here is a reminder about the dual meet format. You see the low score of there of 197.25 for Lazari. So that's the score they hope to replace with whatever Leanne Wong will get here, because you count just the best 5 out of 6 scores towards the team total, and this battle is extremely close.
And Leanne, one thing she does so well is she knows how to compete under any sort of pressure. Has competed internationally, is still competing internationally while in the NCAA. Nice front aerial to beat jump there.
It's amazing. She's a college student. She runs a small business. She is competing for her team, and she's also training for the Olympics in Paris.
That is a lot, Bart. And she does it well. Oh, wow. Round off, double twist, gets the stick.
A huge clutch performance for Florida there, because they're replacing that 9.725. There's over 9,000 fans here who would love to see a 10 tonight from Leanne Wong.
Leanne, so aggressive, you saw right there. In this dismount, it's a round off double twist. So 2 twists, gets the landing, no movement of those feet. That was a beautiful job coming after Victoria Wynn's 9.95.
Okay, so the score in for Haley Bryant for LSU was a 9.95. So no score below 9.9 for LSU. And here comes Kaya Johnson in the anchor spot. This could be huge.
Bart, Kaya's going to open with a tuck full-in. Absolutely gorgeous. The height, the rotation. Courtney McCool-Griffith, she wanted her athletes to attack, but also have fun. Kaya Johnson doing just that.
You hear the booing in the background. That's because the score came in for Leanne Wong while Kaya Johnson is competing here. There was a 10 and a 9.95, so her average is 9.975. Over 9,000 fans were hoping they'd see a 10 tonight for Leanne Wong, who herself has earned 7 of them in her career.
Last pass for Kaya. Round of back handspring double height. Oh, wow.
That was great.
Sticks it cold. Outstanding job.
And she stays a little extra long in that stuck landing, just to remind the judges, by the way, have you noticed my feet haven't moved? Oh, that's great.
Incredible. And there is no deduction when that athlete gets to the lunge.
Right.
Just because you get to the lunge does not mean that is not considered a stick. But that right there, ladies and gentlemen, that was stuck cold. No movement there.
The young lady coming back from an Achilles tear last year, and yet she still just tumbles sky high.
I think she actually is even better than before. So confident in that pass right there. Just sticks it cold. Wow.
So when we get her score, we will know where these two teams stand after 3 of 4 rotations. We have a great battle here in this conference tonight with 2 of the best teams. Taylor Davis is with Florida's head coach, Jenny Rowland.
Thank you so much, Bart. Season high on beam, Jenny. How did they handle that environment?
Pressure is a privilege, and these athletes' environment against an awesome team. These athletes had the ability to rise to the occasion, and I'm extremely proud of them tonight.
One more. Let's go.
One more. Let's go. Go Gators.
Oh, what a great meet we have here tonight, and another season high score for the Gators. It is a party here. Don't back down, as Tom Petty says. We're coming back for the fourth and final rotation in a couple of minutes. Don't go away.